Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. Light on me, thank you very much. Today's episode is Aquamarine. This is not a Disney Channel movie, as I suspected yesterday, although it really feels like one. It feels like one with a budget, like a slightly higher budget. It's from 2006. It is an hour and 44 minutes long, and honestly, it is structured. It has the same fantasy element that you'd have, the same target audience, the same age range for the main characters that you'd normally find in a Disney Channel movie. This is the story of two best friends, two 13-year-old girls on the verge of 8th grade, and played by Emma Roberts, yes, Julia Roberts' niece, and that's not her only credit. She's done a lot more than that, and JoJo. Not JoJo Siwa. I don't even know if JoJo Siwa was born when this movie was released. It's 2006. And Sarah Paxton as Aquamarine. Yeah, that's what it's not just a color, it's a woman right there. Sarah Paxton. She is a mermaid that ends up in the pool after a big storm of the I guess there's a resort, or I'm not exactly sure why the pool is there. I don't think it's somebody's home necessarily. It doesn't matter. But these two best friends are about to have their lives torn apart because Haley, played by JoJo, her mom is moving away. She's a marine biologist, and it feels like there should have been more of a story there that would have connected things together. Maybe that would have been covered in Aquamarine too, had it happened. I don't know if it did. If it did, it did not come up when I searched it on IMDb. When I typed in the name of this movie. There's other Aquamarines, but they are unrelated. So Haley is about to move away. She is not happy with this. She is the daughter of a single mom, and what also pretty much makes this a Disney Channel movie is Emma Roberts' character, Claire. She has no parents. Ding, ding, ding. Usually the death of parents. In this case, she got the double whammy, like the Frozen double whammy, except she doesn't really get stuck in a castle for 15 years or whatever it was, since she was a toddler. Or, I don't know. So she grows up, and who's raising her? I just realized that. Like, is it her grandparents? There's some older people in this, and I suppose they're her grandparents. I don't know. They call them by their first names, I think, so it's confusing. Either way, these girls their lives are shattered because in just a few days they're about to be separated, and they're everything to each other. And of course, as one does, they make a wish during a storm, and lightning strikes, all the power goes out, all the pinball machines freak out, the Coke machine starts spitting out Cokes, and a mermaid shows up in your pool. And I'm not going to tell you the entire movie, no I'm not, but this is the setup. I'm not really ruining too much, I'm just giving you how they meet. So and from then on, yeah, they realize suddenly that this is not just after they meet this strange person in the pool, that she's a mermaid, and she is there for a reason, I guess. She comes from a place under the sea. Yes, there is at least one aerial joke in this. By the way, this is a 20th century production. That's why it's not a Disney Channel thing. It's a 20th century film. It might have been in theaters, I think. It's, again, 2006. It's a million years ago for me. I don't know. So they, by the way, both these young girls are completely in love with the same much older boy who was never really going to give them the attention they want. But when the mermaid shows up, Aquamarine, she comes from a place under the sea that does not have love. Parents pick out the mates for their children, and that's the way it goes, love or not. And no love, but there's other strange coincidences I'm not going to get into. But she saw love once. She saw two people in love in a boat, and she wanted that. Yeah, there's a coincidence in this, and so you'll see it. You'll see it coming a mile away. You might even figure it out right now. Just go back to my Frozen comment. Put the pieces together. So she's got to find true love in like 2 days. Like, it's a ticking clock, because it's also in the same ticking clock as Haley's going to be leaving to go somewhere. So immediately, Aquamarine falls in love. She picks out the same hot boy that the two girls are after. His name is Raymond. Yes, everybody loves Raymond. I'm sorry. He's played by Jake McDorman. He's a hunky boy, and all the girls are after him. And oh, by the way, when you help out a mermaid, you get a free wish. Like that's a part of they don't have love, but they have the ability to grant wishes. Okay. It's a fantasy for children. Okay? Let's not be too overly critical about the logistics here. So yeah, the girls are like, hey, maybe we can, if we help her out, fall in love, we'll sacrifice this thing. This boy's never going to give us the attention we want. They don't admit that, but they still, can fantasize about him. They're like, if we help her fall in love with Raymond, we can make a wish that we can be together, we'd still be friends, and Haley won't have to move away. Mom's got a pretty important job as a marine biologist, and she's got an opportunity that very few people get. But I think we can just screw with that, because we want our friendship together forever. Okay. And what this is, of course, obviously, it's a coming of age story. It's a coming of it's about understanding, giving priorities, and of course understanding what love is and crushes, and they try to help out Aquamarine, or just Aqua. I'm just going to call her Aqua. That's what the girls call her. Call her Aqua. They try to help out Aqua by showing her how to understand boys, and what they do is read a bunch of trashy magazines. And then they go to the mall, because they don't want her living in Haley's oversized t-shirt for the rest of her time there. And there's a clothing montage, which I think is required by law at this time, when you have a female-centric thing. I'm pretty sure it's required by law. Sorry. It's just the way it is. And of course, it's since Aqua doesn't understand what love is, she assumes that just seeing a boy, communicating with him, that immediately you can ask him, "Do you love me?" And he's just like, "What? I just met you." And so she's got some learning to do. And the girls learn a little bit something about their situations. Oh, by the way, Claire, Emma Roberts, can't go in the water. They live on the beach in Florida, for the most part. They pretty much, live right off the beach in Florida. But she is afraid to go into the water for reasons. They're pretty important reasons, which, again, will refer back to my Frozen lost parents comment. So yeah, we get there's a little bit to overcome there. There's a little bit to overcome for Haley in deciding what she wants more. Does she want to stick by her mom, who's stuck by her, who cares for her, who wants to take care of her, even if it means having to move somewhere else, or is she going to fight for what she wants? She's 13. It's not an easy choice. I mean, it's and that's probably one of the most serious elements of this. It's a comedy. There are super witchy other females who are older high school girls, I guess, who are also always in bikinis, which one of them is Diamond Lockman, who, if you know her, who she is, she's been all over. She's been in the Marvel Universe. She's also been on Dollhouse, I think, is one of the first places I saw her. Joss Whedon's Dollhouse. She's been in other Whedon-y things over the years. But yeah, so she's in that. But the main one is Cecilia. She's played by Ariel Kebbel. She's Ariel Kebbel. I think she's more of a producer now. I'm not sure, but either way, there's other elements. There's like a subplot with the creepy looking guy next door. Is he creepy? Is he really creepy, or is he just kind of like 8 feet tall and lanky and just, hey girls, how are you doing? Like, maybe he's a nice guy. You don't know, but there's a subplot where he's sort of piecing together that this woman that just showed up here, she might be a mermaid. So it is important for one aspect that I will not spoil, for him to be going down that path. But also, well, Cecilia, the one who's fighting for Raymond's tension, and she's a total B. She's a B, and she's the first one to figure it out. Spoiler. Yeah, she's the first one to figure it out. That isn't one of the two girls, and she's trying to use this to really mess with everybody's lives and also make Raymond grossed out and come back to her. So there's, again, it's a coming of age for a number of different characters in this. Mostly Aquamarine, who is older, prettier, and completely nude. In this, she is, when she's fish bottom mermaid. By the way, yes, she can be on land. There's rules. She has legs during the day. At night, though, as the sun sets, you better get her back in the water, because she's going to grow that tail again. Those legs go bye-bye. Which makes dating at night really difficult. Especially if you're trying to, get with Raymond. It's got to be all afternoon delights for everybody. In this case, by the way, there's nothing overtly sexual about anything in this. It's pretty tame. It's made for 13-year-old girls. Yeah, it's made for kids. It's a kids movie. So if any adult insinuations you might get out of this are completely your own. But yes, she is, as a mermaid, they decided not to give her a shell bra like Ariel. She is, thank God she didn't have a pixie cut, or this would have been a rated R movie. She's got long hair, and oh, by the way, she also can't get wet. If she gets wet, then she gets a tail again, like in the middle, like washing her hair. Oh no, tail pops out. So that would freak everybody out at the salon, I'm pretty sure. So she's there's all sorts of little rules. Dad's trying to get her back to the mermaid land, and they're all ready for the wedding in 2 days. Again, all this is happening in a span of 48 hours. And will she get the man? Will she get Raymond? We'll see. You'll have to see. You'll have to watch to see. It's just funny to see Emma Roberts. She's so grown up now, and just seeing her, she's just this teeny tiny little thing. She's adorable in this. But yeah, it's entertaining. I can't say I would have ever picked this whatsoever. And you couldn't even have the tease of nudity to make me go, oh, I think I want to watch that movie. No, there's no risk of nude that you're gonna see a side boob or anything. No, there's not. She has long hair, and that's always perfectly in place at all times. So any creepos hoping for a little bit of sneak peek, don't count on it. Just saying. Because I was trying to figure out, once you realized that she was technically naked in each of the scenes as a mermaid, like, how are you gonna constantly get around this. So yeah, how are you going to completely continue to do this? I don't know. So if you saw it as when you're growing up, hey, this might be time to revisit it. Show it to your kids. I don't know how old your kids are, and you might get a kick out of it. Teenage girls definitely get a kick out of it, and Hunky Boy, and they might feel just like these two girls here, Haley and Claire, and again, and also maybe they feel bullied by older girls. I don't know. Is bullying like? I realize it's a good way to set up a whole confrontation thing, but is bullying by more beautiful people just like a thing that still happens all the time? I know I'm old. I know it's been many years since I've been bullied. What do you think? I was a geek. Okay? I wasn't doing the bullying. I once punched my bully. And he never bothered me again. That is not the lesson to learn here, but just saying. Yeah, that's a whole other story. Ask me about it sometime. Anyway, Aquamarine, check it out if you're a preteen. You'll probably get a kick out of it. It is not for somebody my age. Just to be clear. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. 221. Toward the end of the list, we went from 21 to 221. Huh. 221. Okay. This is, excuse me. This is another documentary, but before you click away, it's actually a Disney-related documentary. It is, I'm not sure about what phase, if it has to do with the book era or the making of the film, or something altogether different. This is The Untold Story of Mary Poppins. Hey, didn't Dick Van Dyke turn 99 last month? That's incredible. I hope by the time this airs, he's still with us. So, The Untold Story of Mary Poppins is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.